Hello. Hello, this is Theodore. I sense intense power deep within Tartarus. A new path that was blocked is now open. Be careful. Have a nice day. I'm on it. So we should have new requests from him now, too. With each full moon, the shadows are getting stronger. They are employing more dangerous attacks as well. So even though we have a lot of time until the next full moon, we'd best use that time wisely. Yeah, we'll get to Tartarus before too long. Don't worry. Oh, it's you. Look, if it's not an emergency, can it wait? I don't feel like talking to anyone. All right, yeah, you're dealing with your inferiority complex. It's fine. If you choose full assault, we will all attack, so we won't heal or support. You'll have to do that, Minako. Do your part. Okay. It's okay to reflect on your victory, but there are exams next week, so you should focus on them. I'm sick. If I'm sick and I can't study, chat, if I go to bed, like right now, if I use my night to go to bed, will it like get rid of my sickness faster or something? At least with 4, you can do a side job, and in 5, you can work out. Also very true. 4 and 5 just give you more stuff to do in general, as well as having nighttime confidants better laid out. Going to bed heals you to good. Thank you, Wolfen. I think I'm going to do that, honestly, because I want to be able to study on Friday and potentially Sunday night before the exams. But if I try and do it while I'm sick, it won't work. And again, as we just got done saying, we do not have to worry about nighttime stuff at all. Like, we're going to end up running out of things to do at night. So, silence. Class is beginning. I don't want to read this. I plan on using the word magic in a very general sense, but today we'll talk about the single most magical place in time. Today's topic is the magic of medieval Europe. There are a lot of materials pertaining to Western magic, from books to folklore. We'll cover all of it, including the changes it's gone through. As I mentioned last time, European magic has its origins in paganism. Starting with Christianity, though, it's been influenced by the influx of various cultures. Some well-known examples are Kabbalah, the study of the mystical aspect of Jewish texts; Gnosticism, a Christian sect founded by Simon Magus, the sorcerer. Magus? Magus? I don't know how to say that. Greece's philosophy and natural sciences were the fruits of magical researchers. The same was true of Islam's scientific advances, which surpassed Europe's at the time. Now, as for the circumstances of magic in this age, it was an era where the rule of Christianity and the insight of the natural sciences collided. Magicians bravely reached up for a connection with the gods. Are you all awake? You're not daydreaming, right? Haha. A little test to see if you were listening. Get it wrong and you'll get a scary guardian angel. Who should I choose? It's always me. What is the mystical study of Jewish texts? This one was Kabbalah. Very good. The magicians of the age achieved great things, particularly the famous grimoires. Grimoires are collections of a wide range of magical texts and yada yada yada. The only nighttime activity I have left is the monk. Yep. That's the classic Persona 3 experience. Could hang out with Yukari today instead of Akihiko. Yukari should be ready for a rank up. Because we hung out with her like twice to get her ready for one. Yeah, we have Rio at 8 now. Junpei's at 6. Fuka's still only at 2, but that's fine. We only just recently got her. Akihiko's only 4, but I mean, we still got plenty of time left in the game to get max ranks. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll hang out with Yukari today. I'd like to get Yukari and Junpei to like 7 or 8. I feel like when I have a social link at 7 or 8, that's when I feel comfortable. Like, okay, cool. I can kind of ignore them and still, like, I can get right back on their social link to max them out later in the game if I need to. And I also like to not get social links to max, so that way I don't end up, like, accidentally maxing out, like, 2 or 3 social links and then running into scenarios where it's like, oh, a Thursday, but the only social links you could have hung out with, you've maxed out, so now you can't. Hey, do you remember when those guys stole my wallet and you came to help me? And still, I just blurted out stuff that made no sense. I was just so angry at myself. Did it make you mad? No? Really? I'm glad to hear that. I always just blurt out whatever I'm thinking to you. I wonder why. It's because we're friends? I see. I get it now. That's how friends are. I think there's a part of me that's really unsentimental. I always keep thinking of myself as apart from others. To tell the truth, I didn't care about other people. But at the same time, I didn't want anybody to get involved with me either. But it's kind of different with you. I don't mind how much you try to be my friend. Actually, I look forward to it. I think deep down I wanted someone to understand what I was going through. Maybe I wanted someone to be sympathetic and say, oh, poor thing, you're doing your best. Maybe I want someone to try to take special care of me for once. I can read. Not that I'd let just anyone do it. I'd only want someone I like to do that for me. Okay. So you want like a boyfriend, that's fair. Yikes, I didn't mean to just start babbling all this embarrassing stuff at WUC of all places. Did they call it WUC in FES as well? I feel like I'd remember that. Come on, eat your fries, we're leaving. Well, give me some time. Let's grab some on Mitsuru before heading back. Dude, now I want fries.
Sup, dude?
Sup, dude? I better go study since exams are coming up. All right, goodbye. It's okay to reflect on your victory. Okay, the same dialogue. We don't need to bother. Bum, bum, bum. Friday, I would like to study tonight. First, I want to go look at requests. Hello. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Let me see these requests. Anything new yet? No. Oh, wait, we do have some. Please go feed the cat. I heard there's a cat which hasn't eaten in a while. Can you find the poor cat and give it some food? Summer outfit Yukari? I would like to see a katana obtainable from Yabasha, the third block. Okay, we haven't gone to the third block yet. Yo, 69, nice. Retrieve the fourth old document by 8-4, 3 greasy gears. Wild drives in the third block. Creation relics from floors 65 to 77 in the third block. Okay, so just a bunch of third block stuff. All right. I think, and therefore I am, I think we go ahead and take both of these requests to make sure that I have them ready to go for when we enter Tartarus next, because that should be coming up soon. And then, I don't remember this cat thing. All right. It doesn't seem like we have any requests, at least at the moment, that are like, hey, talk to person on this specific day. So we shouldn't have to worry about that, I guess. Oh, let me, register. I should get rid of Gigantic Fist for, because you have 8 strength. For Recarm again. Dude, I should have learned from Persona 5. Anytime the game is like, oh, do you want to let this magical effect happen that'll change a skill into something else? Unless it's a skill that you don't care about, never do it. It's never good. It's almost always bad. Like 9.5 times out of 10. 99 times out of 100. But Lilim summoning a giant fist is funny. Oh, Wolfen. Hello, I am here to study. Please get me rank 5 knowledge. Ah! We're almost out of studying opportunities. Hey, what's up? Exams are pretty soon. You've been studying? Yep. Seriously? Like I care? What? You asked! You literally asked! Here we go. Finally, we're up to Taira no Masakaru, the turning point of the era of the samurai. It all began from infighting among the Taira clan. Their conflict escalated until the Imperial Court intervened. Masakado was pursued by the Imperial Court and had no choice but to openly oppose them. The result was known as the War of Masakado. Minako, you don't look anything like a samurai, but let's see if you know this one. What title did Taira no Masakado claim for himself? Surely he didn't claim himself to be Satan. Surely not. Probably Imperial Prince. Right? Is it Imperial Prince, chat? I feel like you can't just go straight out and... Well, actually, if you're starting a civil war, maybe you do go all out and say, like, I'm a king now. Take that. Look at me. Now I'm the king. But also, Imperial Prince has the word Imperial in it, which just seems better. It is Imperial Prince? Let's go. I'm a genius. Always go with your gut. This will be on the exam next week, so be prepared. Let's skip forward a little to the Kamakura era. At last, the samurai's presence begins to be felt in history. In 1185, the Kamakura shogunate was established. Yes, we're there. And of course, its founder was Minamata no Yoritomo. I can't believe we're finally here. This dude's gonna fall into depression after he finishes teaching us about the whatchamacallit. A text message. It's from Akihiko. Akutsuki-san is coming tonight. He has something to tell us. We'll meet on the 4th floor as soon as everyone is back. All right. Makes sense to me. Is Fuka available this Saturday? I think Fuka is not available this Saturday because of Akutsuki. All right, that's fine. This just means we go hang out with the old couple because they still aren't quite at rank 10 yet, although they are insanely close. So they will end up being done very soon. Which makes sense. They're one of the, like, most available confidants, and you get them at, like, the very start of the game, so. End up having a lot of hangout opportunities when other people aren't available. Dear, you spelled it wrong. There are 2 Ks. I know. I just forgot to write the second one. I feel bad for Minako-chan and all the people who've been campaigning to save the tree. Speak of the devil. I'm writing a letter, something I haven't done in ages, but I can't remember how to spell half these words. Am I finally losing it? I used to have an amazing vocabulary. What's it for? Sorry, can't let you see it. Top secret. I'll tell you when the time comes, Minako-chan. Well, aren't you curious? The suspense is killing me. We're just as excited. Your enthusiasm is contagious, Minako-chan. Just look at my wife. She's as giddy as a schoolgirl. All right. Super fast rank 9. You could try to unlock the kid. Right, Maiko or whatever her name is. Or Mako? I don't remember. Yeah, I guess I maxed her out in FES, right? So, I mean, if I'm gonna, like, let a social link other than Bebe fall to the wayside, it'll probably be her. Hope we can clean up the store before we come back next time. All right, well, they are 1 rank away from max. Mitsuru is giving an account of the battle at the hotel to Akutsuki.
So that's what happened on the night of the 7th. It was a difficult operation.
I see. They're getting tougher. But it's not all bad news. I called today's meeting because...
I'm sorry. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru-senpai something.
Me?
Since I've joined, so many things have happened. I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now, I need to know. I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, senpai?
Kind of a dick move to bring this up in the entire group, and all feel like you probably should have brought it up to her in private.
You act like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour and Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
Yukari-chan. There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But, around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I dug up some old school records and found something interesting.
You could just dig up old school records? That's allowed?
The students who were absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant. But...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right, I'll tell you the whole story. The shadows have many mysterious abilities.
Very mysterious. Venson's my man. Thank you for subbing at tier 1 for 6 months. Half a year of support. Greatly appreciated, brother. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you.
Some research indicates that they can even affect time and space.
That's crazy.
We think of them as our enemies. But what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo, my grandfather. My grandfather was obsessed with the shadows. He wanted to harness their power for something extraordinary.
Like what?
He assembled a team of top scientists, and over several years, he put together an impressive collection of shadows.
What? Damn, that's freaking crazy.
However, 10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the Shadow's power. And in the process, the very nature of the world was altered.
Oh my, do you mean...
Yes. Tartarus and the Dark Hour. By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. That's where they conducted the experiment?
We're better than a high school.
Yes.
Then, those students who were hospitalized...
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking. Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Does that mean all we've been doing is cleaning up their mess? You lied to us?
I don't really see how Mitsuru lied to us here.
You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us.
Using us how?
Or do you not care as long as you get to fight?
I don't understand this thought process of they've been using us. Regardless of how shadows came into existence, they're causing loss syndrome, they're causing danger, they're trying to, like, kill people during the dark hour, like the one that was moving the train and all that, and we have to stop them from doing that. Whether it's because the old Kirijo group people made a mistake with their experiment or not is kind of irrelevant. They still gave us the information of, hey, shadows are doing bad things, will you help us stop them? And all of it is completely voluntary. They don't force anyone to do anything. If they force people to do stuff, then Shinjiro would have to be doing stuff right now, because, you know, we don't know it yet in the game yet, but, you know, if you know anything about Persona 3, then you know Shinjiro has a persona, obviously. That's why he's, like, he knows Akihiko and etc. Like, they don't force anyone to do stuff. If the people are like, I want to go, then they go. They asked Fuka if she wanted to take part. I can only assume they asked Yukari. They asked me, quotation marks, but I'm the protagonist, so the game development doesn't let me say no, etc., because then there's no game. But so on and so forth. How are we getting used in any way, shape, or form? Hey, will you help us fight shadows and stop them from hurting people? Yes, yes I will. Awesome. I can't believe you're using me like that. What kind of thought process is this?
I never said anything like that. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information. I'm sorry. I never intended to deceive you.
I still don't really think you've been deceiving us. I mean, right here, like, Yukari asked you, and then you were like, okay, I'll tell you now. Were you ever asked this specific question beforehand? You're a student risking your life with no pay? Of my own voluntary decision, though. Anyone in this room can just say, nah, I'm out, whenever they want.
Convincing you to join C's was my highest priority. As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
How could you?
How could you what?
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame, and they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But...
It's been 10 years since that incident. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
Then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news, isn't it?
You're volunteering under false pretenses? The Kirijo peeps never told you any of this? It was just introduced as, hey, fight shadows with us, instead of, hey, we made a world-shattering mistake? Who's we? Who's we? Mitsuru didn't make any world-shattering mistake. her grandfather did. I don't know. I mean, I can understand being like, Mitsuru probably should have told us. But also at the same time, Akutsuki and Akihiko know. So, above all else, it's not just Mitsuru. It's all three of them. But for some reason, Yukari singles out Mitsuru for it. But, like, I mean, I don't know. It just, who cares, basically? I don't care why the shadow, I mean, I do care because I care about the plot. But, like, if there are shadows that are potentially killing people, I don't need to know any more than that to be like, all right, I'm gonna help you stop this. Because that's bad. And I can help. I don't know. I guess I just don't really see it as a big deal, and because I don't see it as a big deal, the fact that they hinge so much of Yukari's annoyance in the early game around it makes Yukari really annoying to me. Would it have been nice if Mitsuru or Akutsuki or Akihiko had been like, hey guys, by the way, like, the reason that Tartarus started existing was because old Grandpa Kirijo was being a scumbag 10 years ago? I mean, I guess it would have been, sure. But at the same time, like, it doesn't change anything. I'm not suddenly gonna be like, I'm not gonna suddenly be like, yeah, I'll help you defeat shadows. By the way, my grandfather was the cause for it. Well, now I am not doing it for some reason.
Is that true?
There's evidence to support it. Now, our true battle begins.
I see.
Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them.
Indeed.
And there are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answer must lie within it.
Yukari really do be annoying, though. Petition to replace it with Kanji. You know what? Kanji is, like, top 5 Persona characters, so I'm not against it. Anyways, I think at the end of the day, I don't dislike that Yukari wants to know, and she's, like, a little upset at not being completely in the know. But it is really annoying that she makes such a huge deal of it and, like, tries to call out specifically Mitsuru for some reason. She just, like, really doesn't like Mitsuru in the first half of the game, which I don't get. And be like, why would you do that? And the whole, like, using us thing. Like, saying that, like, oh, Mitsuru, you're using us is beyond ridiculous. She, like, takes it way too far over whatever, which, you know, when you see how she acts in the answer, it makes sense. In order to eradicate the Dark Hour in Tartarus, you must fight to protect the people. 6 left to go, lads. That'll definitely be the end of the game, for sure.